Hi, everyone, and welcome to Unleashed with me, Scarlett Johnson, presented by Moms for Liberty. And today I'm joined by someone very special. I'm here with Maddie Wilcken, who is a high school wrestler and tennis player in Colorado. And I got to know her because she came to our Moms for Liberty Joyful Warriors Summit this October when we were in Florida. And it was great to meet you there and your parents. And you were on a very special panel with Jennifer Say and with your friends, Sophia and Alexa, discussing defending Title IX and protecting women and girls sports, whether that's in middle school, high school, college, at all levels, and defending Title IX. And I wanted to have Maddie on because on Tuesday, there is something very big happening in Washington, D.C. The future of women and girls sports comes down to this one day, one court, one moment. On Tuesday, January 13th, Moms for Liberty will join organizations from across America on the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court as we rally for women's sports. The Supreme Court is going to hear two big cases, West Virginia versus PBJ and Hecox versus Little. And these two landmark cases will decide whether girls keep fairness, safety, and equal opportunities that they deserve in sports and on the college level, at all levels. This is history happening in real time. And if you are in the DC area, please join us on the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court at 10 o'clock a.m. on Tuesday, January 13th. If not, just watch our social media channels at Moms for Liberty, at Moms4 Liberty, and there will be updates and live streams and videos and pictures posted all day. So this is going to be a really great moment. And so, Maddie, I want to let you have the chance to talk, tell your story, provide our listeners, if they haven't heard it, your story, your background, and why what's happening on Tuesday is so important to you. So, hey, Maddie, it's very early in the morning that we're recording this, so thanks for joining me.
Yeah, well, I really got all into this my freshman year. I had just turned 14, and in my wrestling season, I was in a position and I was wrestling a biological male, and I had no idea of really what was happening until after the fact. And so that's really how I got into everything.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a junior now.
Junior in high school. And you're a wrestler and you love your sport. You love this. This is, you put a lot of time and energy, you practice and keep in shape all year round. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so you were attending a meet. Where was this meet?
It was a tournament. I think the first time that I wrestled the biological male, and I can't remember what tournament it was.
Yeah. But had you heard about the fact, did you have any awareness that there was a biological male?
Not at all.
No, none. And so you went this, so you're at the tournament and you are, you're set to compete. And were you surprised? Did you just look at the physical appearance of the person that you were going to wrestle and think, oh, wow, they look different?
Yes. In the beginning, like when we were warming up, I didn't know by then, but just seeing, because this tournament was a mix of girls and guys. They both competing, but different, separate. And so there were some mats that had boys and some mats that had girls. And so everyone was warming up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were warming up, me and my team were like, oh my goodness, like holy moly. And we didn't know who was going to wrestle the person, but it turned out I was, and I was not ready at all.
Yeah, you weren't ready. You didn't know that was a biological male. But when you found out that you were wrestling a biological male, how did you feel? What did you do? And how did your parents react?
I was in shock and disbelief. I didn't really know what was going on. I wasn't in tune with anything, even knowing that was possible. And
yeah, that's really important. You didn't even consider that it was a possibility, that there would be a male in an all-female category of wrestling. You weren't prepared. That I think I could imagine myself in your position or with my daughter, that it would be like, at first you're kind of like, boy, that person looks like stronger, doesn't look like a female, but then you don't maybe want to say anything because you don't know for sure, and what you're questioning, and you think that can't be happening because they wouldn't allow that to happen. But that's exactly what they did. And this person probably ended up being very successful beating girls, I would imagine.
very successful, yeah. Went on to state, qualified to state. I think possibly placed, I don't know, but I made it. The first time I wrestled biological male, I made it, I think, past the first period. But after, I was just in shock. I did not even know what just happened. I was like, wait, what? I wasn't processing through my head of everything that was happening.
Especially because because men, biological males, have more muscle mass. They're stronger than women. And that's not to say that they're smarter, anything like that. It's just biology. It's just the strength and the power that a biological male has. That's an inherent advantage over a female. And so it's just unfair.
Yeah.
And it makes you, and I would imagine it's uncomfortably that close to someone. I mean, wrestling is a kind of sport where you're like very close, and I would imagine you're uncomfortable with that. Like that's not something you wanted to do.
Not at all.
So afterwards, you didn't stay quiet. I know you spoke at a school board meeting and you voiced your opposition to having to compete against a biological male. So what happened after that meet?
After, we really just, I don't know all the steps in order of what happened, but I met Jennifer Stay, and I was speaking at one of my dad's events, and I spoke, and Jennifer Stay was there, and that's how we really met. And she asked, hey, would you want to be an affiliate? And I was like, yeah, I would love to. In the beginning, I would say this is definitely the biggest year that I've been going and doing more stuff than I did last year. But if anything, it has gotten stronger. I definitely have faced people who don't agree with me, but through that, so many more people have been on my side, have been with me. When I spoke at the school board meeting, people I didn't even know came up to me and was like, hey, good job, supporting me and with my side. And that's what it's really all about. I want people to know my story and to know that it's not fair at all, and that I'm not against anything at all. I don't have any hate. I just believe what I believe. I stand for the truth. That's what I stand for.
Yeah, you're standing for truth, biological reality, for fairness. And like I've said when I've talked to Alexa Anderson as well, a friend of yours, and she has said the same thing, that this isn't about hate, that people can believe what they want to believe. It's just that you don't have to believe with them. You don't have to participate. You don't have to celebrate another's ideology, belief, or I would say even delusion. That especially when you're directly affected by that, when your opportunities are lost, when the situation isn't fair for you because you have to compete and you're competing, it's just unfair because there is a biological advantage from men, and this is an all-female category, and there are reasons why there are all male and all female categories in sports, and it's because of fairness, fair play, and to give equal opportunities to women and girls in the sports that they love and that they work hard at. And these opportunities extend from high school to college, as that you can get scholarships, and scholarships pay for college. And even if that's not your goal, while you're in high school, to compete fairly, and to be a part of a team and have that unity and team spirit. And that's disrupted when there's a biological male in the locker rooms, in the bathrooms, and on the courts or on the mats.
Yeah, and that's why really Tuesday is so important, is that this is a sport for girls and girls only. And for people to think that just to say, I think that I'm a girl and can participate in anything, it is not fair to anyone. A beginner, it is not fair. Someone who is advanced, it is not fair, because the advantage is just too high.
Yeah.
In any sport at all, physical or not.
Yeah. And so when you spoke at a school board meeting, why did you feel like you had to say something? Because you came you just come from practice for tennis, I believe, and you rushed right over and you wanted to make sure that the adults heard. And I can't tell you how important that is, because I have spoken before state legislators, spoken to congressmen and women, spoken at school board meetings. And it's really important when a kid comes forth and says, hey, this is happening and this is how I feel about it. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I had just won my tennis match, and in the car I was going and I was writing, typing some bullet points of what I was going to say. I didn't know what I was going to say, but I knew I just had to do it. I knew this was what I could do, and that I didn't know who was going to all be there, if there was going to be a lot of people, if there wasn't going to be. I just knew that I had a voice, what I was going to say, and that if I didn't know who else would.
Yes, exactly. And it makes just a big difference. And did you talk about your experience so that lots of times they'll try and say, oh, this never happens, you're just exaggerating. Did you feel like you had to say, like, yeah, this happens and it happened to me?
I'm trying to remember if I said.
You don't have to say exactly, but
yeah, I don't know.
The gist of is like, this is what happens, and I'm someone who's affected by it.
Yeah, everyone is affected.
Yes.
Just everyone. And when when I got there, I saw I saw protesters for the first time in front of the building. So many people, and I was like, I asked my mom in Westwood, like, what's going on? Because I didn't know how big this was gonna be.
Yeah.
I had the adrenaline from my match. I was ready. I was coming. I was a little nervous because we got second for women's for state, and the board was recognizing the high school girls wrestling team because it's one town, one team, and so 3 of us came and showed up, and so I was there for that, and I was there to speak and to say, hey, like this, even though we are doing good and we are successful, there are times when it's just not you face and you're out. It's just not fair.
Yeah. And if you didn't say anything, and if your parents didn't say anything, if we didn't say anything at Moms for Liberty, if we didn't talk about it, if Riley Gaines, Jennifer Say didn't say anything, this would grow and grow. I believe that our voice and calling it out and bringing attention probably has stopped more males from entering all female categories because they just don't want to deal with that kind of attention. And so sunlight sometimes can be the best disinfectant, but there are areas, there are certain states where they're increasing the number of males that are entering all female categories is increasing. And I think, I think they would increase exponentially if we did not say something, because even the most mediocre male athlete, a male athlete that places last, like in the case of Riley Gaines, a male swimmer that was just not a very good swimmer in all male categories, flips to all female and suddenly is winning all the awards and scholarship money. And when out of college, there's races, there's meets, there's competitions in which there are financial awards. So there is an incentive for these males to say, oh, I feel like a woman. And there's not a whole lot of requirements, sometimes not any, other than self-identification to show that they're even medically transitioning. And even if they were, that does not erase the biological advantage, and it does not magically turn a man into a woman. Just, taking estrogen and stopping puberty doesn't make you a woman, and it doesn't erase your biological advantage. And that's where standing for truth is important. Sometimes saying that out loud in certain places can draw huge protests and huge crowds, even though it's just the truth that the vast majority of people, regardless of their political affiliation, they agree with.
Yeah, every small thing helps, as well as every small thing you do against puts us backwards. And over years, we have built from bottom to nothing to go up to how women and girls sports are today. There wasn't even a team a couple years ago for women wrestling for high school. And now there is, and it's growing. And so we can't take the steps back. Just wearing the t-shirt helps.
Yeah.
Even if you can't speak out, there's small things you can do that help. And there's things that set us all back.
And here's a picture of you wearing a t-shirt, XXXY, and I'm wearing one of mine right now. But just wearing the t-shirt is important, just because you wear that around and people will ask, oh, why are you wearing that? And then you can let them know. And you're sending a message. Jennifer Say talks about that all the time. And you are an ambassador for XXXY, correct?
Yes.
That's cool. So you get a lot of cool gear to wear. You're wearing right now, the sweatshirt.
Yeah. I wear it every time to school, always. I don't even think about it. It's just a first thought. I don't think about, well, I don't think what they're gonna think about me, because I don't care. I care what I think, and that if you don't feel the same way, that's okay. But it is just, I'll say openly, I'll wear it anywhere and everywhere. It's just, I have a whole stack, and I decide which shirt am I gonna wear today, because I always wear something, either the leggings. I just got some new socks, the shorts, the sweaters, everything. I try to fit it into my outfit anywhere I can.
And when you do people come ask you questions?
No one's asked me questions, but I know they see it. They do see it.
And you're fine. And you're
Yeah.
fine. Like sometimes people can be afraid to make a statement, but if they, when I wear something like that, if I don't get negative, if only I get positive statements, love the shirt, that's great, I'm with you. But you can go to school, you can wear this and then let people know, because I think sometimes people can be afraid of what people think, but it's important, and you're sending that message, especially as a teenage girl. And teenage girls, they can care a lot about what people think, but that doesn't matter. That what matters most is that you're standing for truth. And if you believe in something, you should say something, and respectfully. Respect, like just like someone has the right to wear something with a message that maybe I don't agree with, but they have the right to wear it, and I will not yell at them and come at them. Just respect each other and respect each other's beliefs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, what is your message to everyone? First to teenagers and then to adults, about this issue and about Tuesday.
To teenagers, I would say just don't be afraid to stand up. Don't be afraid to wear the t-shirt. Don't be afraid to go out there, and if someone asks, tell them. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to show hate. Just tell them, hey, this is what I stand for. Wearing the t-shirt, it does so much. And just, the silent majority has to speak out. So don't be afraid for you to be the first in your school. Don't be afraid to be the second or the third, or to do anything, or to stand. If you are in the position, like now, I know in the future, if I am ever faced and up against a biological male, I'm not going to take the stand. This silent protest does everything.
Yeah, it is. It is. And that makes a difference. And what does the Supreme Court decision mean for you?
It means everything. It means that I don't have to be in the dark anymore and not know and be scared. Is my next match gonna be up against someone who is twice as strong as me? To be scared to get thrown and get injured, to take that relief and scared off, and know that we are making steps. It's baby steps. We still have a long way to go, but this is something huge.
Yeah.
And it really does mean a lot.
Yeah, it's huge because the Supreme Court can affirm that it is not a violation of the Equal Protection Clause to have sex-separated sports. That school districts are not, they do not need to have these so-called non-discrimination policies. Colleges and universities do not need to have these policies, that they are not in violation of the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. When they say that there are athletics that are going to be sex separated, that they're going to be all female teams and only biological females can participate and compete, because that's fair. And that is the true definition of Title IX. It'd be nice if they would go even further and talk about the definition of sex, and that it's male and female according to Congress. But we'll take what we can get. So,
Absolutely.
listening to those oral arguments, there'll be cues by listening to the questioning. lots of times you get kind of accused about the direction that certain justices are going to go. And so I'm excited to hear those oral arguments, and I'm excited to stand on the steps of the Supreme Court with so many young ladies like you who have been fighting back, and without whom we would not have the victories that we have. So thank you so much, Maddie, and thank you to your parents. Thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for standing up and fighting for what's right. And I look forward to talking to you again after Tuesday.
Yes, thank you for having me and giving me this opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, good luck in school next week. I know starts Monday again, and good luck with everything. And I will talk soon. Thanks, Maddie.
Thank you.
Thanks. So great to have Maddie on. Here is a picture of her with Jennifer Say, who is the CEO and founder of XXXY Athletics. I'm going to end this segment with the Dear Nike video. And you know what? I should pull up maybe real quick. I'll also pull up the XXXY spot on what's happening Tuesday, because she just does such a great job producing these videos. So, but first, let's bring up this. This is something involving my friend Erin Lee in Colorado. So I want to play this video with Maddie in it.
Hi, I am Maddie Wilcken, and right now there is a petition for a ballot measure to protect girls' sports led by Protect Kids Colorado. My friend and mentor Jennifer Say and I are asking you to sign the petition and or donate. I know firsthand what it's like to compete against a biological male, and it wasn't fair then and it's not fair now. We need your help to protect the future of girls' sports.
That's great. So please sign the petition to protect Girls Colorado. I'm going to find that for you. Here's another great shot of Maddie. Real Women Rock. I have that T-shirt. I love it. I've worn it to speak to my state legislators and some bills. Actually, that in Wisconsin we have legislation that will be heard on Wednesday, I believe, regarding saving girls' sports. So, and I think at the statewide level, we've got to keep moving as much as we can, whether you're in a blue or purple state, keep fighting. And I love what has happened in the state of Washington, where because it's a blue state, and the fact that there are Democrats that control everything at the state level and the governor. So they were organized and they were able to get enough petitions to put an amendment on the ballot, an initiative, a referendum that will protect women and girls sports. So congratulations to them. On January 2nd, they were able to turn in all of the signatures. And that means that there is an opportunity in Washington to go above, to finally just go over the governor who refuses to defend biological reality, and to finally, once and for all in their state, say the definition of sex is male and female. We're going to protect women and girls sports. We're not going to allow biological men to compete in all female categories, and we're going to protect our women and girls. So that's great. I know that in Colorado, with this ballot initiative, they are attempting to do the same thing. They are trying to protect women and girls and to defend biological reality. So I am going to find where you can go to support and sign this petition. So here we go. Go to Protect Kids Colorado. That's www.protectkidscolorado.org. And if you live in Colorado, you can sign the petition. And if you don't live in Colorado, you can donate. And I've got one more screen to share here. So here you go. real quick, I gotta bring it up on screen. Here you go, Give, Send, Go. So this is a place where you can donate and help support this ballot initiative that will protect kids, protect women and girls, and protect kids from radical gender ideology and support biological reality. So please do that. And I will definitely put more information in the comments, but don't forget to, here, let's see, add this banner. This is the Give, Send, Go, and then you can just go to protectkidscolorado.org to sign the petition. So that's great. I want to also, real quickly, show this video. I'll share the screen. So here we go. Here is the video. This full screen.
Hi, my name is Jen Say. I am the founder and CEO of XXXY Athletics. We have one chance to protect girls in Colorado, and right now in Colorado, boys can compete and win in girls' sports. Female athletes work too hard, and boys are just stronger and faster. That's the biological reality. But our girls deserve a fair shot. They deserve the chance to compete, and they deserve the chance to win. They deserve a shot at a team berth. They deserve everything they work for. And of course, they deserve safety when they play. We've got 3 petitions we are collecting signatures for to get on the ballot. We're about halfway there. One of those petitions is to protect girls' sports. That's the one I'm chairing. If you haven't signed it yet and you're in Colorado, please make sure that you do. Our volunteers are working so hard in Colorado to get signatures, and we are halfway there. We must pass this measure to protect female athletes. We need your help in building the signature safety net back ASAP to get over the finish line. So please share and donate to Give, Send, Go. You can go to givesendgo.com/protectkidscolorado. You can donate even if you are outside Colorado. Help us get this really important measure on the ballot. Thank you.
Great. That's awesome. Well, now we'll be finished with this segment, and next I'm going to be interviewing someone very special. I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Haim, and I am so excited for this interview. So I'm going to outro with a great video from XXXY and come back with Dr. Haim. So stay tuned.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike,
Dear Nike, why won't you stand up for me?
why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you?
Why do you claim to support women and girls? Yet when we need you most, you remain silent.
Today, males are claiming our identity.
Our sports,
Our spaces.
men and boys are stealing opportunities, medals, trophies, and our future.
And it's not fair or just.
In fact, it's often dangerous. Yet you refuse to use your platform to stand up.
You say you're for social justice and progress.
So why do you allow men's rights to come before ours? See, with a big platform,
Comes an even bigger responsibility.
you have a chance to do the right thing, not just do the easy thing.
So we're asking you, Nike.
So we're asking you, Nike,
So we're asking you, Nike.
as the biggest voice in all of sports,
Will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me?
will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me? Will you?
Will you?
Will you just do it?